I welcome all of you on behalf of Segasius, on behalf of IPP team, on behalf of LND team, and thank you so much for your taking out your time and to attend this training. And trust me, because after this training, this is my guarantee to you, it is going to be very fruitful because we are having senior expert with us who are going to guide you on patent agent examinations, and they'll be clearing all doubts. They'll be answering all the queries, and this is basically an awareness session on the patent agent examination. So we have Vivek, Shweta, and Asutosh from IPP team. And let me just share the credential with you once. Okay, so please confirm me once you see my screen, everyone. Anyone can say yes if you
Yeah.
can see it.
Yes, we can.
Yes,
Yes.
it's audible.
Yes.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, so this is going to be the agenda. This is going to be a time frame because this is going to be from 3 to 4. So first 10 minutes is going to be a context setting where I'll be the moderator. Then I'll be welcoming Vivek. He's heading the IPP team, which is IP prosecution in Success IP. And 3:10 to 3:45, almost, 35 minutes. You will be interacting with the speakers, which is Dr. Sweta Sharma and Ashutosh. And from 3:45 to 4 p.m., it is going to be Q&A round. If you are having any query, anything, any questions, that will be answered. But meanwhile, when speaker are speaking and they are telling something, so you can park your question for the, uh, from 3:45 to 4. In case still you want to ask something, you can tap them into chat box and your query will be answered once, we are having this Q&A round. Now, let me give you a brief about Vivek. So, Vivek is someone, I think I know him personally because the kind of person he is, he's having very positive vibes. You can read his credentials because he's a lawyer and he's heading the IPP team in Segasius. And I think there are good 12 to 15 members in his team working with him
You
in
can cut it
Segasius.
short. Krishan, sorry to interrupt. You can cut it short. It's
Okay,
enough. I
okay.
think you have given like sufficient brief.
Great. So, and we have speakers, and so she's Dr. Shweta Sharma. She's working with Segis IP in IPP team, and she's working as a project manager. Now we have another speaker, Mr. Asutosh Bansal, who is again working in IPP team, and he's a project manager. So this is all about our speakers and the our people who are going to guide us on this training or in this session who are going to clear our doubts. Now I'll hand over this session to Vivek to take it further. Vivek, all is yours now.
Thank you so much, Krishan. Thank you. I hope I am audible. मेरी आवाज clear आ रही है? Okay.
Yes, you
Yes.
are
Yes,
audible.
yes,
So
you.
my first request to all of you is to please come on the video because मैं अगर सामने लोग या स्क्रीन पे मुझे नहीं दिखते तो मैं बोल नहीं पाता हूँ. So I request everyone to please come on the video so that we can interact with people. This is not going to be a one directional discussion. It will be a two-way discussion. So I request everyone to please come on the video. I can see Ajay also. I can see Isha. I can see Satinder. I can see Shweta, Krishan, but what about others?
Can't see me,
Okay.
Tanveen here.
Tanveen, we can see. Yes, Tanveen, we
Yes,
can
yes,
see.
Tanveen. I think it will take time to get people open up. No problem. I will keep on reminding to be on the video. So thank you, all of you, first of all, for joining this session, for showing your interest towards becoming the patent agent. And it shows that India is on its track of becoming the IP savvy nation. I'll be talking more about it. But before I'll talk more, thank you, Mohammed Adil. Thank you, Rakesh. So let me put a question. And that question is, where is India in the Global Innovation Index 2022 released by WIPO? 2022 का ग्लोबल इनोवेशन इंडेक्स में इंडिया कहाँ पे स्टैंड करता है? एट व्हाट पोजीशन, एट व्हाट नंबर? Any guess? or even Google is also fine. I just want to have the number. Or you can just speculate 10, 20, 30, 40, 100, 200. Any number will work.
40 as
Okay.
per Google.
40
Google.
Perfect. Perfect. So I want to get this number be framed in your mind. 40. So today India is at 40th position. It means there are 39 countries which are ahead of India. Now let me know where India was in 2015. 2015 में कहाँ थे हम?
81.
81. करेक्ट. डिफरेंस क्या है 81 और 40 का? इन पिछले 6 सालों में we have jumped from 81 to 40th position. 40 रैंक आगे आ गया है इंडिया इन टर्म्स ऑफ इनोवेशन इंडेक्स. करेक्ट. ये क्यों मैं बता रहा हूं फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर्स? आई विल कंपेयर later in my discussion, and I will not take much time. I'll just talk about just 5 minutes. Now, let me also share another fact, and that is India, for the first time in 2022, has got more domestic filings as compared to the foreign filings. ये आइडिया क्लियर है आपको? What is the difference between domestic filings and the foreign filings? So what used to happen in India, foreign applicants, the applicants or companies coming from abroad, they were filing more number of patent applications as compared to the Indian companies and Indian applicants. But for the first time in 2022, this has just got reversed. Means domestic filings means applications from the Indian companies, Indian applicants were higher than the applications filed by the foreign companies. क्या फर्क पड़ता है इससे? These are the facts. These two facts are clear. There are many other facts, like for the first time, India has released its national IPR policy. In which year? Any idea? Google कर सकते हैं आप.
2016.
Correct. May 2016. इससे पहले 70 years तक हमारे देश में कोई नेशनल आईपीआर पॉलिसी नहीं थी. करेक्ट. सो बिकॉज ऑफ द this launch of national IPR policy in last 4 or 5 years, India has changed its IPR regime. 81 say we are at 40th position. Domestic filings have surpassed the foreign filings, and there are many other facts. I can take 2 hours lecture on that, like what has got changed. But these two figures are indicating that India is on its track of becoming the IP savvy nation very, very soon, and becoming in the league of top 5 countries in terms of IP regime. Now, how you can get benefited from this race? About आए हो ना अपने फायदे के लिए to know more about the patent agent examination, the benefits. So ये जो race चल रही है of the country, so country is growing towards becoming the IP savvy nation, right? It means there will be a lot of filings in India. There will be a lot of innovation that is going to happen in India. A lot of investments are going to happen in India post-COVID scenario after China. Now companies are considering India as the next destination for investment, for setting up the R&D facilities. So इन सबसे फायदा क्या होगा? IP filings will be increased. Patent filing, trademark filing, design filing, copyright filings. Obviously, what the benefit you can get? So most of you are already entered in the IP industry, correct? Now, already IP industry में घुस चुके हो. And this is the only industry which flourished even during the COVID time. Recession to छोड़ दो, cost cutting and reduction in the manpower is far away. Even this industry has grown significantly in last 2-3 years during the COVID time. And now what will happen? And because of that, what will happen? Like companies will be filing the applications in India, and who are going to happen like handle these applications? Patent agents, IP lawyers, right? So there is the need, ever growing need of the agents in the country, and this by clearing this exam, you will be able to handle that need. You will be in that race of handling the patent applications before the patent office, because you will be eligible to get the practice before the patent office. But that is the broad benefit, the over bird's eye view of this industry, the IP industry, the benefits of becoming the patent agent. Other benefits, specific benefits, will be taken in the later part of this session by other speakers. So I have given just the broad overview, right? Before I'll hand over to other my fellow speakers, I have three requests. You are in the session. It's just going to happen for 1 hour. So my first request is to please be on the video. Second, just keep your phones in the silent mode. कुछ नहीं होने वाला. 1 घंटे अगर नहीं उसको आप देखोगे. Plus do the active listening. So in between, maybe speakers will ask certain questions. So just think about those questions. Just so when they will give the answer, you will be able to absorb that knowledge. So do the active listening. So these are the three inputs from my side. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. I'm here in case you have any questions. We'll be happy to answer at the end of the session. And now I will hand over the session to Ashutosh, right?
Thank you, sir, for highlighting on the IPR field and for briefing on this patent and agent examination. So, what should be the eligibility criteria for this examination and how to appear this examination and how to apply for this examination? So, hello everyone. My name is Ashutosh Bansal, and I'm a registered practicing patent agent. So, I will be discussing with you on uh, th- how to appear this examination. Will you content?
I forgot to mention
Will
one
invite.
thing. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt,
Yes.
Ashutosh. I forgot to mention one thing. Like Ashutosh and Shweta, both are the patent agents,
Yes.
registered and practicing patent agents, and they have cleared the patent agent exam in the first attempt itself with like good number of marks. And that's
Yes.
why they will
Yes.
be able to share their knowledge. And it's very easy exam if you will be able to just follow the guidance and the recommendations. It's going to be a very simple and easy exam to crack. Please continue, Ashutosh.
Thank you, sir. So I will be discussing with you on the eligibility 3 points. This is the content of this my session, and I will be discussing with you. The first point will be the eligibility criteria for this examination. Means how what is the eligibility required for a candidate to apply for this examination, to appear for this examination. And my second point will be the guidelines issued by Indian Patent Office regarding this exam structure, fee, what will be the fee, and how to apply for this exam. Then we will discussing on the third point, application procedure, means how to apply for this exam and how what are the requirement for this to apply for this exam. So moving forward, let's discuss on the first point, that's the eligibility criteria of the patent agent examination 2023. So as per section 126, as also mentioned in the notification of the patent gen, that there are three main criteria. First one is the citizenship. The candidate should be a citizen of India firstly. That's a prime requirement for to appear for this examination. Then comes the age criteria. A minimum age is 21 years, but there is no bar on the maximum age. Even a 90-year-old person or more than that or less than that can apply for this examination. So, but or she should complete these conditions to appear this examination. Then comes the graduation or a degree holder can appear for this examination. Means the graduation degree means a 12th pass candidate student can't apply for this examination, but he or she should hold a graduation degree. And there is also specific requirement in that degree. That's a science background or engineering or technology from any university in India. So these are the basic three requirements that if a candidate is able to fulfill that, then he can apply for this exam and can appear this exam. Then there may be few questions regarding you people regarding the eligibility criteria that we address in the questions session at the end of this session will be in for 15 minutes. But I will address few eligibility questions that may address major of your problems, or major queries in this regard. So my first question I will address is that any LLB graduate or an LLB graduate with a science background can appear for this exam, or is there any necessity for him to appear for this? No, there is no need for the LLB graduate to appear for this exam, because LLB graduate in itself is a patent agent, and it itself is a trademark agent as per section 132 of this patent act. So LLB graduate, there is no requirement for appear this exam. Second one is the can students in the last semester who don't have their degree in hand can apply for this exam? Yes, they can apply and appear this exam, but they have to submit their degree within 2 months of the exam. And then further comes the BCA student can apply for PA exam. That's already discussed. The BCA is a technical degree, so BCA students can also apply for this exam. Then last one question I will address this: is there any age? We already discussed that there is a minimum age criteria of 21 years, but there is no maximum age criteria. So moving forward on the second and third point, we'll be addressing is the guidelines issued by the Indian Patent Office IPO in this regard and how to fill this form. So firstly, we will be discussing about the guidelines, and guidelines we will discussing documents required, fee of the exam structure. So let's discuss about the guidelines. So these are the guidelines issued by the Indian Patent Office, and I will share this document in the chat box also, and for the application process also. You may refer to that. But it's also issued at the IPO site, so you can also check it out that. So first thing you have to note here is that application will be open on January 3rd of this year at 12 noon, but it will be up to last date will be on January 31st. And most important to note is 5:30 p.m. will be the last time on January 31. You can apply till that time. Okay, then further there will be only online mode for application. There will be no other mode of application for this examination. And then there are some few requests to apply where you apply before online. So you should have scan copy, scan photograph in JPG format only, and the size should not exceed 300 KB. And similarly for the signatures in JPG format and black ink. Black ink is must for the signatures, and size should not exceed 100 KB. Further, the three documents are required: proof of age, degree certificate, and proof of citizenship. For the proof of age, you may submit these cited documents, and for the proof of citizenship, you may submit these cited documents. And for degree certificate, you have to upload your last degree certificate in graduation in science, engineering, and technical one, or taking care of that. So, in my perspective, what I did that for proof of age and proof of citizenship, I just uploaded a passport, because a passport is authorized to can show your age and citizenship also. Okay, so and then comes most important also, you should must apply through your personal email ID, because all communications of this exam and further communication the IP will be issuing to the all the patent gens will be delivered on your personal email ID. Then should have a valid mobile number that you may continue further. Then comes yeah, very important point to note here is if signatures and photograph are not sufficiently clear, this may lead to rejection of your application. So take care of such small things and before applying for the exam. And further, we will discussing for how to apply for the exam in our next slide. And this further, there is fee for this exam for patent gent exam is 1600 rupees only. And further, how when admit cards will be issued? It will be issued on 24th April to 5th May. Our exam will be on 7th of May 2023 for patent agent. Okay, for trademark it will be 6th, and for patent agent exam will be on 7th May. So and the admit card will be available from 24th of April to 5th May. And this is a website you can visit ipindia.gov.in, www.ipindia.gov.in. Further, towards moving towards the structure of the examination. So it's a very important how what will the structure of examination. There will be two exams on 7th May 2023, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 will be of 2 hours and paper 2 will be of 3 hours, and each will carry 100 marks. Further, paper 1 will be of only objective type question carrying multiple choice question. That means there may be one correct choice or maybe multiple choice. That depends on the structure of the further paper 1. So in paper 2, there will be descriptive type questions. I means you will be given a question and you have to write manual with the pen using the pen, blue or black pen, in on the page paper giving sheets given to you.
Ashutosh,
After and
Ashutosh,
yes, sir?
sorry to interrupt. I think but this section is going to be covered by Shweta, so we can skip this part so that we
Sure,
can
sure, sir.
wrap up the
Okay.
session on time.
So sure, yeah. Okay, sir, sure. So further, there will be 9 centers, and you can choose any among them. And further, how now we'll proceed how to apply this form, how to fill this form. That's very important. For the new registering candidates, you must firstly have to go to this URL for this exam, and let me show you.
Ashutosh, I think we can skip this part also. You can
Okay,
share
sir.
both the
Okay.
documents so all the participants
Sure.
can
Sure,
visit.
sir. Sure.
It's very simple.
So
Ashutosh, just do one
yeah,
thing.
very simple.
Just open
Okay.
the IP India website and let everyone know the
Yeah.
link wherein they can click and they can go in the registration
Yeah.
portal. वो share
This
कर
is
दो एक बार.
yeah.
No, no, no.
This
Go
is
to
the
the
very
home page.
first
Go to the home
page.
page first.
Okay, so this is the homepage of ipindia.gov.in. Okay, so this is a notification issued for that, and you can click on that. This also there is the here you will firstly click on to apply for this. This will redirect to your new website. That's
Share
ipindiaonline.gov.in.
this link in the chat box. Share this link in the chat box also,
Sure, sir.
Ashutosh.
So okay, sir. Sure, sir. I'm sharing, sir.
So everyone, it's very simple. So being a government portal, it may look like a bit complicated, but it's very simple. You can just create your login and the guidelines are already there. It's very simple. So nothing to worry about it. Okay, Ashutosh. And then
Uh, Then you
you
may
can,
have you will for the new candidates you will click on this link like this, and this page will open firstly. And you have to check select the examination you are going to appear. You are going to apply for that like patent examination. Then your graduation stream, what will be that? And for the user id you have to create it by your own and check availability of that, is that available or not. Means yeah, like you open your Gmail account, it is the same like that. And further you have to enter password of your choice, re-enter here, then
Ashutosh,
personal details.
we can
Yes, sir.
skip this part. Everyone is well aware about
Sure, sir.
these
Sure, sir.
simple things.
Then further I will be showing you how to log in. After you have created your account like this, I will go to here. Like this is a for the trademark one, because this is a trademark. No, this will be the interface for both exams. Same will application form, your you will click, you have filled your application form, it will be shown like this. Okay, then you can make preview and then click here, final submit, and then come back. Further you may make your payment on the same page. You will be redirected for the payment. You can make the payment over there, and then you may get the receipt of CBR, cash book receipt. You may get that from here after you have made the payment, and check that is in the pending transaction or is a confirmed one. You can check it out here. Okay. After that, on 24th of April, you will get your admit card over here in this same account. So in which you have registered yourself, you will get admit card here. You can change your password also here. I think that's not a need, brother. So after getting your admit card, you can go to the selected center you have selected previously. So and you on 7th May at the selected center, and and you can apply appear in the exam. After you have registered for this exam, you will get the message on email and on mobile also regarding the same. This is the what I have shown you now. This is the application form entry, and this is all the information I have shown you now. Same criteria,
Okay,
upload
Ashutosh.
photograph button, photo. Yes, sir. This is the how to apply for this examination. Okay.
Okay, Ashutosh. Thank you. Thank you so much. I think you have covered both
That's
the
all.
points,
That's all.
the
Thank you.
eligibility
Thank you.
criteria, the application process,
Yes.
and the guidelines. Thank you. Thank you, Ashutosh.
Any questions if you
And
guys had, then
we
you can
we
ask
will take the
questions.
questions at the end of the session.
Yeah, sure,
So
sure, sir.
let's invite Shweta.
Yes.
Shweta, over to you. May please take over
Great.
and talk about
Thank
rest
you
of
so
the points.
much. Thank you so much, Vivek. Thanks, Ashutosh, for sharing the informations via the website also, because most of the people around might be facing some problems opening the website and knowing that which website to open, how to open it. So thank you very much. And I welcome all of you, whosoever is a part of this session, because it shows their interest to be a part of this patent agent family. So I welcome all of you. And I assure all of you that most of them, or I would say, like all of the queries would be solved here in this session, and we will definitely solve the purpose of this session. So I'll just move on towards the PPT, what I have prepared for you people. I would give a disclaimer here that most of the things are covered either by Vivek or by Ashutosh here, but definitely we can just give a quick revision on this. So definitely the patent agent exam, it is being conducted by the Controller General of Patents, Designs and Trademarks. And the objective of this exam is basically to test a candidate's understanding of the Indian patent laws, because the person who is a patent agent is going to use these laws to interpret the different laws applied to the different invention in the country. So this year, the exam is going to be on the 7th May 2023. And initially it used to be, the center for the exam used to happen only for like 4-5 cities. But at this time, they are conducting it 9 different locations. So here we can have this idea that which one is the nearest place for art. And then eligibility criteria has been very well defined by Ashutosh. So the minimum age is 21. There is no bar for the maximum age. A nationality should be Indian. The qualification should be degree in science, engineering, or technology. And then final years candidates, as Ashutosh already said. I am moving very fast, guys, because I know that the Ashutosh has covered all this. So it's just kind of revision for you all. So you can produce your certificate in 2 months of the declaration of the patent agent exam result. Once you have, if you're in the last year, application process also has been majorly covered by Ashutosh, where you have to just simply go to IP India site and it just do the way we do for other applications. There is a specific format, but I would strongly suggest that read the prerequisite before you start filing the applications. So just to read that, have all the documents handy with you, not for the last moment that you're uploading, that it is saying that it won't be able to upload because of the larger size or because of some other problem. Most of the documents should be in the PDF format if possible. And you need to be ready with all your birth certificates, all your degrees, citizenship. And this reminds me that I just got somebody connected me in the morning regarding that if I do not have the passport, if I do not, I guess somebody from Sagacious only connected with me. So if I mean, didn't have this passport, they didn't have voter ID or certificate of nationality. So what should they do? So ideally, I mean, we have to definitely submit one of these documents. But in case if you do not have any of these documents, for the moment, what you can do, you can just put your birth certificate where your nationality is mentioned, and later you can just submit the voter ID card or the passport whenever it is ready. So as the last date is on 31st of January and it generally doesn't get extended. So be ready with all your applications, and I would suggest not to wait for the last date, because for some, sometimes the IPO site, it just gets slow, or it just gets down for 2, 3 days. So what I would suggest, just if you really want to apply, go ahead for this and do this weekend most probably. And if you have any, if you're transacting, if you have any problem in transaction, or if your money is deducted, but you are not, you haven't got any receipt or CBR, you can write on this patentexam.ipo site. As Ashutosh already mentioned, that you can download the admit cards between 24th of April to 5th of May. So you can just remember that you have to download the colored copy of this, and if you tear it, it's a criminal offense. So you really have to download it and keep it really safe for the exam. And the other important piece of information is that no request for the change of center would be entertained. So whenever you are choosing a center, just keep in mind that this is the final, a center for you, and you will not be able to change it. So just keep that into your mind. Now I would come to the structure of the exam. So this is all given in the the guidelines provided by the IPO. But I would again mention here that there are two papers basically in the patent exam, agent exam. So the paper one is for 2 hours. Generally, it happens from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. It consists of objective type questions, multiple choice questions, having one and more than one options correct. Sometimes, suppose there are actually 10 questions comes up with where 2 or more options are correct. You really have to be very careful about that. And it is for 100 marks. Then there is a break between 12 to 2. And from 2 to 5, there is another paper 2, which is for 3 hours. And it consists questions. It is kind of descriptive, which includes the drafting and case laws and other situation-based questions. So this is again for 100 marks. Then comes the qualifying marks. So the written papers, you have to have 50% in each paper. In paper one, you need to have 50%. In paper two, you need to have 50%. And once you qualify this exam, the written exam, there you will be called for the viva voce. Suppose there are many people who have in first paper, they have scored suppose 80%, 90% marks. But if they have 49 marks in the second paper, they are not qualified. So this is not an aggregate. This actually, you have to have 50% in each of the papers. So both of the papers in here are important. While we are studying, we have to keep this thing very, very clear and very, very crisp in our mind. Then once you have qualified both the papers with 50% in each of the paper, you'll be called for the viva voce. And the viva voce marks would actually give you the aggregate where you will be going ahead for the the qualifying the exam. So it has to be 60% for the exam. Now, as most of the things are covered, I'll just cover which like frequently asked questions. Like, what is the syllabus? Many of the people, they came and said that, is there any syllabus? कोई book बता दो, कोई drafting की book बता दो जिसको पढ़ के कर सकते. So I would say that Patent Act, I used to call it Bible, and I still call it Bible. That this is your Bible. You have to go through it. You have to read it. You have to understand this, but there is no specific syllabus of this exam. So the Indian Patent Office has not prescribed any syllabus for this exam, but it is very, very clear that the exam, when the person who is going to appear in the exam should be thorough with all the patent office practices and procedure. And where would you get that? You would get that in the BARE Act. So what I would suggest, you would just have to have this Patent Act with you, and you'll start, reading that what are the patent office practices and procedure. And the other question comes up that what is the number of attempts allowed? So is there any specific number? Is there only 3 attempts, 4 attempts? So to be clear, there is no specific numbers which you are allowed to till the time you qualify as a registered patent agent. So you can appear in this exam as many as times you want to, or till the time you get it qualified. The other thing is, should I have a patent background to qualify this exam? So absolutely not. So I'm the live example for this. I did my patent agent when I didn't have any patent background. I was completely from research background, and so the crux is that you do not need to have any patent background. A completely scientific person can qualify this. The other things come up, do I have to become a lawyer to practice on my own or otherwise? Like if you have qualified the patent agent exam, do you really need to have the LLB? So the answer is no. There is absolutely no need to become a lawyer to practice as a patent agent in India. Once you have qualified this exam, you can work in any of the LLP, LLC, you can work on your own, and you can present before the patent office with your registration number. Moving ahead, there are a few myths also that whether the agent exam is very tough, and some people think it is tough because they are technical and a little law is involved. So I would say this is not tough. The patent agent exam is seems tough because the people appearing for this exam are basically from scientific background and they do not have much legal knowledge. So it is a bit difficult to understand the legal language. But at the same time, I would say that if you go through the proper training, if you go through read, if you have the proper material to study, if you have a proper, people around you who can tell you about this, this is not at all tough. The other question comes up that patent agent exam is very easy because I'm a lawyer. So I would outrightly say that this is not the truth. The patent agent exam is entirely different from an LLP exam for a lawyer. It is equally, maybe like it is equally, the lawyer has to put an equal effort as in a scientific person if he has to qualify the exam. The other myth is like I can only file patent for other people and clients, but not for myself. So, for example, if somebody is an inventor and if he qualifies a patent agent, so he is very much allowed to file his own, application being a patent agent. He can just appear before the controller being a patent agent and do his own case. The other thing is I'm an inventor, researcher, and patent agent knowledge will not be useful in doing research. There are some people who think that why to do this? What is the point doing it? How is it going to help me out? So there are multiple things, and one of the most important thing is that the patent agent, the inventor, know if he knows about the patent law, he'll work accordingly, he'll do his research accordingly. Then other myth is that patent agent exam is for lawyers and completely lobbyists, which is not true. I just said that it is अगर ऐसा होता तो scientific background की जरूरत नहीं थी eligibility criteria में. So you need to have a scientific. वहाँ पर कहीं नहीं लिखा that you need to be have an LLP person. So that is completely a myth, and this is not required. Now the question arises, we all are here and we want to appear for the patent agent exam, we're filing up the application for this. Now what is the, why do we want to be the patent agent? So can any of you just come up and tell me that why are you filling up this form? Why do we want to do this? Any idea? Anybody? Oh, लोगों ने लीव तो नहीं कर दिया? I can't hear anything. Krishan, am I audible? Vivek, am I audible?
Yes, yes, Shweta, you are audible.
Okay,
Yes.
Yes, you are audible, Shweta.
okay. So is there anybody who wants to tell me that why do they want to do the patent agent exam? Why are you filling up this form?
Answers could be I want to get my salary increased. I want 100% hike. I want another job because I am fed up with my current company. These are the
See,
right answers.
Vivek has so many answers for this.
I
All
request
right.
everyone to please come on the video
I
because
would,
without, so this is
uh,
not a knowledge sharing session. So this is just a
yes.
basic session wherein we want to interact with the
Okay, so I
like
guess Vivek, I'll have to call by name. So the people who are not on video, I'll call their name. So, okay, Ramesh came up. Great. I would like to ask from Tanvi. Tanvi, can you please come on screen?
Yes, hi. Hello,
I
everybody.
can't see you.
Actually, there is some hardware issue with the system, so that is why.
Okay, no problem. So tell me, why do you want to appear for this exam?
Uh, for me, it is important to grow professionally and to explore other opportunities that may come after after taking this exam, and
Okay,
to have better opportunities, basically.
great, great. That's great. Tanya, do you want to speak about it? I'm just checking people are listening to me or not.
Adil, why you want to clear this exam?
As we are in a IP department and we qualifying for the patent agent for our future growth and professionally and personally.
Okay,
And it
good.
open lot of opportunities for us.
See, my
Great.
recommendation is श्वेता एक बार स्क्रीन शेयरिंग आई थिंक ऑफ कर दी बिकॉज अपना खुद का चेहरा दिखने लगता है उसमें.
Okay.
So my simple recommendation is this exam is just taking your 1600 rupees, and by just spending 1600 rupees you are getting a certification from the government of India to practice before the patent agent. Even if you are in the in-house department, even if you don't intend to practice before the patent office, then also this qualification of by just spending 1600 rupees and just spending 2 hours daily just for 45 days. So we will start giving the trainings. I'll talk about that during the closer time. 45 days, 1 to 2 hours daily is more than sufficient to clear this exam. So by putting this much of investment, if you are getting a certificate from the government of India, your name in the patent office, patent agent portal, that is a lot of value adding in your profile, in your CV. So, and
Exactly.
there are other benefits also.
So
Sorry to interrupt, Shweta.
I've jotted,
Yes,
no
please carry
problem,
on.
Vivek. I actually wanted it to be an interactive session because if it is not interactive, the purpose would not be solved. So I wanted people to come up. Good to see you, Rakesh. And I would like to hear from you also that do you want to appear for this exam?
Thank you, Sweta. Yeah. So it may be helpful in long-term career growth as far as in my opinion.
Great. So I have jotted down few of the things. I am again going to share my screen and I have jotted down few. I might have missed few, like there might be many other benefits, but I'll just talk about few of them, what I could recall that why patent agent. So the reasons can be multiple. It can definitely, as Vivek said, that it can definitely add to the qualifications or certifications. So I'll give you my example. I was completely into research. I was doing great, but when I heard about this patent agent exam, the practically speaking and honestly speaking, the first thing came up to my mind is that, okay, fine, if for 3 months of studies, if I can qualify and if I can have a certificate from Government of India, why should we do it? It might work. And at that time, I never thought that I'll be working with the IPR. I always thought that I'll be into scientific field. But this happened. So this definitely adds to your qualifications or certifications. The other thing is it adds to your knowledge. When you go through the WARE Act, it gives you the different kind of interpretations. It gives you the different types of laws what is being made and give you an understanding of the patent related matters. When you are working in the field, you understand that what can we do when this kind of scenario has been arised. The other thing is definitely the growth opportunities are there. You can practice in any of the law firm or you can have work in an IP firm. There are different, industries and academia which have their own intellectual property management cells. So you can definitely go there. If you have a patent agent qualified, you have an added advantage along with your research. So you can just go there, you can join there. Other than that, you can definitely do the consultant or freelancer in India and abroad. If you have a patent agent, you can just, appear before the controller. You can prepare all the documents. You have all the authorities to do that. So you can do the freelancing in this. And around this, we can also have in the like most of the courses in universities and schools even they are introducing, seeing this, IPRs heavy, the India growing, the Vivek talked about the India, how is it growing in terms of the patents. So in that, keeping that in mind, in view of that, there are multiple schools and there are universities, even Delhi University. There is a course designed for BSc, MSc, and PhD students, and they are being taught IPR. And slowly, these positions you can grab once you have the patent agent and scientific background, of course, with you. So these are few of the importance of doing this patent agent, and there might be multiple. You guys will figure out maybe later on once you have qualified that. And this closes my sessions, that what I wanted to tell you. So basic idea for this session, what I took up is that why should you take it and how should you move ahead, and is there any problem in filling up the application? We can discuss about that. So yeah, so we are all here to respond to the queries. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shweta. Thank you. Thank you. So I think you can stop sharing the screen.
I have stopped.
And it's okay. Okay, fine. So thank you. So let me just take one more minute to give the broader perspective of this overall IP industry. So most of you are engineers. I am assuming that. So you are, as of now, qualified or eligible for. So IP industry has four spectrums. Spectrum number one is the searching industry, the searching domain, wherein you perform different sort of searches, patentability searches, invalidity searches, FTOs, white space searches, different sort of searches. For that, you only need to have the technical background, science background. You already have. Second spectrum is drafting the patent application. आप draft करते हो patent application, because drafting is an art, and for that also you are qualified. You have the technical knowledge, you have the technical understanding. So for drafting also, no additional qualification is required. Engineering or the science background is enough. Now coming the third domain, and that is the prosecution. Application is filed, and the moment it is in the patent office, that entire phase is called as prosecution. So if you want to enter into third domain, in the third segment also of prosecuting the applications, then you need to have the patent agent qualification, or you have to do law with the technical background. You have the technical background, so either you spend 3 years to become the lawyer, or you clear this exam, so you will be able to enter in the third domain of prosecution. The fourth angle is litigation, when you are practicing before the courts, right? For that, you have to do law, right? Patent agent will not make you eligible to practice before the court. For that, you have to do the law. So these are the four broad spectrum. Fifth is also there of IP commercialization, technology transfer. For that, again, no other qualification is required. Only technical background with business understanding is required. So primarily, there are five types of facets in the IP industry. By becoming the patent agent or by clearing the patent agent exam, you will be able to enter in the three domains. First, searching, you are already in. Drafting, better drafting, because if you are having the understanding of the prosecution, you will be able to draft better patent and applications. And the third is the prosecution itself, right? So from that perspective, let me give you a brief about the Academy of Patents. So we, Sagacious, has or we have started a new initiative called Academy of Patents. It is supported by Sagacious. It is a not-for-profit initiative wherein we are going to launch multiple courses for all the spectrums. If you want to learn patent searching, good pattern searching of advanced level, there will be courses. If you want to learn prosecution, we will be having courses for that also. If you want to learn drafting, we will be having courses for that also. If you want to learn litigation, there will be courses for that. If you want to learn trademark searching and prosecution, there will be courses for design filing and prosecution. So we will be giving the skill-based trainings and which will further enhance your job prospects. So I request all of you, I'm sharing 3 links in the chat box. These are here. So I request everyone, all the participants, to please visit these 3 links, like and subscribe, because we will be posting a lot of content, a lot of notifications going forward. So that will be helpful. Plus, that will be helpful for us, because if you will be liking, you will be sharing it in your network. So that will make other people to like and subscribe and get notified. So I'll take 1 minute's pause and request everyone to please visit these 3 links: the LinkedIn page, the Facebook page of the Academy of Patents, and the YouTube channel. And then I think we can continue with the Q&A round. Done? I'm counting the likes. And not only likes, I request everyone to please circulate it among your network, so that others who are looking for such trainings, such workshops, will also be like notified and will be aware about. So this is a help, because this is going to be a not-for-profit initiative. This is an NGO-driven thing. So whatever you will be doing, you will be contributing towards India becoming an IP-savvy nation. So just feel proud if you will be helping Academy of Patents. Okay, all right. Thank you so much. And I think now we can take up questions. So floor is now open for any question.
Anyone who want to answer, raise a question, can unmute him or herself.
Yes, better would be you can unmute, you can talk about, but if you are hesitant and don't want to show your face, don't want us to listen to your voice, you can type in the chat box also.
Yeah, hi Shweta. So you mentioned about Indian Patent Bear Act. So if is the Patent Bear Act available in PDF format? If it is, then you
Sorry.
can.
Okay.
Very
Sorry,
Hello,
good
Rakesh, can
can you
you?
hear
question.
me?
Yes.
I'll answer. Rakesh, I was about to answer that thing. Let me share my screen. I was just looking for the. So PDF is available, but what I will suggest, you just go to Amazon, just order this Bear Act. It's just for 214 rupees.
Yes,
The
yeah,
latest
yeah,
one,
I've seen that.
2022 edition.
It's
But if you
always good
don't want
to have
to,
a hard copy.
you can get the PDF from IP website also. But having a Bear Act is very useful, because you can underline your sections, you can write down your notes. So having a Bear Act is a must, in my opinion. But if you don't want to spend 214 rupees, the PDFs are available.
No, I
So
was
I would just
asking.
add something in this, Rakesh, that if you will just pick up this Bear Act the very first go and start reading, you lose your enthu. Let me tell you this, because the words are so complicated. And the very first page I remember when I started reading, it was written that the assignee is the assignee of the assignee. I was like, "नहीं भाई, हमसे तो ना हो पाएगा." So then I kept it back and then I picked it
कर
up
देता हूँ
again after 15
मैं
days,
announce
you
कर
know.
देता हूँ।
So मेरा
हाँ।
जो my personal experience is whenever you pick up something, so what you can do, आप सबसे पहले तो very first thing you should do, take general IPR पढ़ो, YouTube में लगा लो. You can just go through the general IPR, then you can go through the manuals. जो आपके manuals IPO पे हैं, you can go through the manuals.
Shweta,
Yes.
sorry to interrupt. Anyone who has also registered for the trademark agent exam, so that is going to start in next 5 minutes. So you can then log in that window. After it will take 5 minutes to
We'll
start.
just be winding up, yeah. So that is what my suggestion would be. And as Vivek mentioned that we are starting this initiative, this Academy of Patents. So we'll definitely give you tips and tricks. And there are so many other things which will make this thing very, very easier. कब आपने qualify कर लिया आपको पता भी नहीं चलेगा. So I mean, my first piece of information is that do not pick the Bear Act in the very first go कि अब ये पतली सी किताब है, ये पढ़ के मैं तो पास ही हो जाऊंगा. तो वैसा नहीं होगा, because it is written in a very complicated and legal manner. So what I would suggest, go through the manual
Proper
act which is given.
understanding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it would be
so
helpful if
Proper
you could.
understanding.
Yeah, if you could
You
share
need to
those
have this
links.
sorry, Rakesh.
Yeah, I was saying that it would be helpful if you can share those links over the emails to everyone.
Yes, we will. We can share
The
this. The
YouTube
patent
links
manual,
that
if
you were
you could,
mentioning too.
I will
I can
share the patent.
definitely, but
I
this
will
is
share the
very, very
patent.
easy to get because if once you get just manual, Indian Patent Act, patent manual, you'll get it. And there are many case laws, there are many things in there, not only this act. So वहां पर
But
case laws
I
mentioned होते हैं.
yeah.
ठीक है?
Ajay
So,
Reddy.
so you can just do
Yeah.
that.
So
Okay.
what we will do, we will be starting formal training program on both the aspects of clearing the patent agent exam, of clearing the trademark agent exam as well. From the first week of February, it is going to be a formal training wherein we will tell you which section to read, which manual to read, what not to read. Even if when you will qualify the written exam, so we will then give you tips and tricks about how to clear the Viva also, like we did last time also. So we will handhold you. Don't worry about it. If you want to
And one
become the
more
patent
thing,
agent, you will.
one more thing I would
Yes,
like to
Shweta.
add
So
that
there are some few questions in chat box. I will answer. Or okay, sure. Continue, please.
Yes, Shweta, you were saying something.
yeah,
Yep.
so I would like to mention just one thing more that this Patent Act is mostly for paper number one, that's paper number one, but the second paper also consists drafting, which is nowhere written. So whenever you appear for the exam, the most of the people they get disqualified because of this drafting skills because they can just ये घोट जाते हैं पूरा Patent Act सब समझ में आ जाता है लेकिन सेकंड पेपर का जो ड्राफ्टिंग स्किल्स हैं और सेकंड पेपर में जो 50 नंबर का होता है वो ड्राफ्टिंग ही होता है 20 नंबर का एक होता है जिनमें आपको क्लेम्स बनाने होते हैं 30 नंबर का एक क्वेश्चन होता है जिसमें आपको ड्राफ्टिंग करनी होती है विद इन अ गिवन एक पेज के स्पेसिफिकेशन से so only patent act is also not going to help and that is where the academy of patent is going to help you that how will you do that exam within 3 hours giving the draftings and we'll definitely I mean as Vivek said that the team would definitely work on that and we have plans we have made great plans for that so just to
I
We
have a
will,
help
we
quick
will.
query on
Yes,
paper two.
yes, Ajay. I was about to read your question. You have, so this is the same question, or you want to say, yeah,
Uh,
that would be better.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There is one more.
I
So
will answer. I will answer.
yeah,
I
apart
will
from the
answer.
list, I have one more related to this paper two. So
Okay.
consider I'm being an electronics engineer from ECE background. So what's the possibility of me getting a specification that is related to biotechnology and asking me to get a claim drafted? So is there any such possibilities occurs or
Ashutosh,
what's
yeah,
the
yeah. Would you like to
probability
answer,
of this?
Shweta?
Yes. Yes. You will actually choose your field there on the basis of that you will be deliver the question relating to that and the
Okay,
specification will be related to that. And
okay,
first question you have asked when we will be receiving the examination center. I have already intimated you that on 24th of April admit card will be issued. In the same admit card, you will be receive your roll number, your examination center.
okay, okay.
Ashutosh,
That's
no,
it.
I think
Okay. Okay.
Ajay has a different question. His
Ajay
question is if I'll be getting a drafting question related to ICT domain, or I may get the drafting for the biotech also, right, Ajay?
Yeah, yes, I think
Okay,
I
Ashutosh has
so
answered
let
that
me
answered.
we are having a specified field, so we'll be choosing
okay.
the field name
So
according to
Ajay,
that
what
it will be.
happens? I
Mhm.
understood. I mean, this is a major concern with most of the people.
Yeah,
So what
yeah,
happens? There are two, choices between और करके दो questions होते हैं. So
Correct.
आपको उसमें से एक
Yes.
choose करना होता है. So what happens
mhm,
generally? One is mostly related to the biotech, life sciences, pharma field, and the other one is related to the engineering field. So you'll
Okay.
definitely
Or maybe
choose
Yes.
electronics, or maybe
maybe
electronics.
electronics
So,
and the engineering any engineering field basically so they make the question paper like that which can
Yes.
facilitate both kind of applicants so
and
yeah
yes, correct,
so for the
correct, correct.
engineering you can choose up but yeah I mean we'll definitely be training about these things because it is not only that studying it is how you're studying and how you are doing in the exam
yes,
Correct,
so
correct.
definitely
And
we'll be providing yeah
these the questions you will be getting may not be related to your closest domain, but they are not going to evaluate from the technical perspective. They are going to evaluate your
Yes.
writing skills, how you are
absolutely
drafting the claims, how you are making the title, the abstract. So even if you
Okay.
will be attempting a question from a different domain, that will not make any much of difference. Plus,
Understood.
because you all are preparing for the exam, so what I will suggest from now onwards, start using your hands, pen paper, because in the paper too you have to write a lot. Maybe you will have a lot of things in your mind, but you'll not be able to write. So start using your pen and paper practice. We will give all the tips and tricks when we will start
Yes,
the
don't
training.
worry
Don't
about
worry.
that, Ajay. Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
have two questions. I wanted to ask first is like I have heard a lot about a book by Sheetal Chopra. So what will means is it worth buying that as well, or like we should like the training material that you are just mentioning would be sufficient in order to go through this. And the second question is like this Academy of Patents. This is I believe is a social. It is like free for everyone, right? So the training that we are going to conduct internally for sagacious people, is it going to be available to anyone outside as well, whosoever wants to appear for this particular exam, or is it going to be like specifically for us, like the credentials and everything would be required?
Okay, all right. So for the first question, which book to refer? So that book you mentioned about is a good book. You can refer that book. But in addition, you can also refer to the manual, Patent Office manual, and the Bear Act. So mix of all three would be the best way forward. For there are like books you mentioned about, and there are other books also. There you can get the answers to the previous year question papers. That will be very helpful because you can download the question papers from the IP India websites, but what is the appropriate answer to that question? You can get an idea from these books. There are 2, 3 books in the market, and these like Sheetal Chopra book is a good one. You can refer to that. Coming to the second question of Academy of Patents initiative. So this is a not-for-profit initiative, but it doesn't mean everything will be available for free. There will be fee for the courses, very, very reasonable fee for the courses, but that is not intended to make the profit because the earnings from these will be invested somewhere else in developing more courses. So it will be like that. For sagacious people, it will be available even further cost or maybe for free. That we will have to figure out. For outsiders, it will be available at a very, very reasonable cost. And there will be login portal. There will be a proper learning module wherein you will get the PPTs, the notes, everything, videos. So today's session is also going to be uploaded in the portal, in the YouTube channel also. So you will get everything in that portal in your login dashboard. So hope I have answered your question, Satinder.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, so
So there is
people,
question that
if there is someone who is willing to join the trademark agent session because we are starting that, so you guys can leave out this session and you can join the trademark from another link which have been shared by us. So we are waiting you there to start the trademark because we are going to start in next 2 minutes because it's already 4:15. It's really engaging
But I
because to
think we
see
are,
and
Krishan, I think we are left with 2, 3 more questions. Will Harshita has asked,
yes,
will
sir.
solving previous year papers will help? Yes, it will surely
Of
help.
course.
But how to solve? There is again a very simple trick. We will give you an understanding about how to solve the previous year question papers. So that's for sure it will help. Then how to check for recent amendments, just visit the IP India website. Let me show you. It's a good question. If you will purchase that 214 rupees book, it will have everything. But if you want to see it live, just visit the IP India website. My screen is visible, right, Ajay?
Yes.
Yes,
yes, sir.
You visit the IP India website. It has a lot of information. Go to Acts and Rules. Here you can click on the Acts, Patents, and you have all the amendments till date, right? It has the amendment till date, all the amendments, right? You can get from here, and then you visit the rules section, and you have all the amendments till 2021,
Got it,
right?
sir. Mhm.
But in the book, you will have all the amendments compiled at one place. I think it's a good thing. I think we should order a lot of books and will
Yes.
give it to all the participants. Okay, okay. And I think there were more questions. One is how to prepare for case studies
Law.
question of paper
Yeah.
2. Okay. Shweta, you want to answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the thing I said कि manual जब आप देखोगे so the updated manual you will see वहाँ पर जो भी sections हैं और जिनसे related case laws आते हैं उसमें नीचे asterisk करके वहाँ पर उन्होंने case laws दिए होते हैं. Or else what you can do, you can just type it on Google with the keywords that case laws, recent case laws or patents or these kind of things. Then you can get it from there. So
I
yes, you
think
can.
she is asking that recently there is updation in the pattern of the exam in 2022. Case studies, mostly case studies were there related in the situation. Is that true, Preeti? Are you asking that?
Yeah, so how to
Hello.
prepare Preeti? So this is simply that when they will ask,
Yeah.
suppose they have asked for Novartis. So you just have to, there are major, landmark case laws, NATCO, Novartis. So you just have to go through, you really have to remember Monsanto, which is the recent one. So you really have to be very, very, you have to make these landmark cases ready in a very, very, short, like 1 page or 1.5 page, because in case laws, what happens? We read a lot, then we mug up a lot, but we do not have time to produce it there. So you just have to write it down, and I would suggest everyone to just start writing, as Vivek said, and whatever you, because you will be knowing a lot of things which you'll not be able to produce at the exam. So that might be one of the problem. So case laws, just make the points and take the judgments that what every single judge said, what district judge said, and just
Yes.
make a notes on it. This is how you can write there in the
Further,
exam.
yeah.
Yeah,
Further,
Preeti?
I would add to it that yeah. Further, I would add to it that for case study, like we see in this exam 2022, there were a lot of case studies asked, like based on the situation, is it an individual, is it a startup? So you have to collaborate in multiple points, like what will the fee for the startup, what will the fee individual for the major companies. You have to prepare a case, and you have to prepare all the sections you have to apply for that. You have to apply for the forms will be for that. Like for MSME, Form 28 is always
I mean, the
mentioned.
question is something
That's
different.
all.
Sorry to interrupt you, Ashutosh. The question, she has
No,
got her
I
answer
think
and she
it's
has
a
written
case
yes.
studies question.
Let's do one thing. Let's do one thing. I think the questions we have covered properly. So the last question, how Preeti, I think if you are here, maybe you can elaborate
We
on
have just
your.
answered her query, Vivek.
Okay, okay, fine,
Yeah,
fine.
no,
Yeah.
yeah. So
All
I
right.
guess there are
So
no more
do we have
questions.
more questions?
Not at the chat,
Uh,
at least.
yes, actually, we have two papers and one Viva, right? So if we secure a good marks in the first paper one and paper two itself, so do we need to attend Viva?
Of course, yes. You
Because
have
you
to.
will not be able to get your marks in the written
Okay.
till the time the results
Viva
for
is
all
there.
the yeah, like both the papers will be announced. So when you have to appear in the Viva voice, at that point of time,
Mhm.
you will not be able to figure out how many marks you have secured in your written
Okay,
exam.
understood, sir.
Adil, for you, the answer is that we are here to make those complex language easy for you in Academy of Patents. So answer for your question is sorted, I guess. Yeah. Or else, as I said, that just go through the manual and start reading some, the general things over IPR basically on patents, and then touch the Bear Act. Yeah.
Any more
Thank you, ma'am.
questions? कोई और doubt है? तो anyways, अगर फिर भी कोई question is left out to be answered, you can send the emails or you can let us know from LinkedIn or from anywhere else, and we'll be happy to answer.
The
Thank
one
you.
question
Thank
from my
you.
side, just a one question. Since you mentioned about the Viva was one, I just need to ask the one thing. What kind of question they're going to ask me? Is this the same questions that were asked in the paper one and the paper two?
Yes,
It's
yes.
an
I mean,
okay, Shweta. Yeah, please answer.
so I mean, the questions would not be very much different, but yes, they would basically see you have performed in your exam, so they know that how you do. The your marks would tell you. But in interview, basically, it's like how you perform and would you be able to be a good patent agent. So that is why they have called for you for F2 F5. So the question would be roaming around those, but it may be like situation based. It may be like tricky. They want to see that whether are you able to answer those questions confidently or are you able to answer the situation based, like if you have a client, will you be able to help him or not based on your patent knowledge. So yeah, the answers would be around but a bit twisted. Vivek, you were
In
about
the
to say something.
They may also
in the
okay.
Viva,
They
they
may
can ask a
also ask.
question.
Yeah.
In the Viva, they can ask a question like why you want to become the patent agent. Tell me about yourself. So there is no connection between the written part and the Viva. And the Viva
Can
examiner
be
or
anything.
the interviewer can ask anything that is related to act, rules, or general question, like when the IPR policy was announced. What is the innovation index of so they can ask anything, so that is a much
Anything.
broader, just to understand the general perspective, evaluate the GK of the IP overall thing. So that can be, but these will not be outside of the IP context, so these will be related to IP
Related
context,
to that,
but
yeah.
maybe beyond the rules or act.
Generally they ask for recent amendments mostly. If like PPH, recent amendments, they want to see that whether are you updated about these no, amendments or not.
So last time what we did, people who cleared the written exam. So we arranged a Viva Voce session with the senior most officer of the IP of the Indian Patent Office, Mr. BP Singh. So he came and he shared the tips and tricks about how to clear the Viva Voce. So this time also we are going to do the same, wherein someone from the IP office will share about their experiences, their guidance on these aspects also.
Yes, I have one more query. So I came across some content online. The professor name was Firoz Ali. So
Yeah.
is that a validated person so we can follow that content?
Yes. Yes. Because he's
Firoz Ali. Okay.
teaching, giving. Yes, sir. He's giving lectures on NPTEL also.
Yeah, I came across that content as well, I guess.
So broadly, you can
Yeah,
refer
he's
any
a prize
content
one.
which is available online, the book, the Bear Act, or the online tutorials, videos. But again, you have to finally make your own context from where you can get the clarity. It's fine.
Mhm. Sir, and one more thing, I have already applied for this examination. So how could I know that whether my application is accepted or not?
What
Just
qualification you
keep,
have?
I mean,
no,
this
just keep visiting
exam.
your account. Just,
Okay, sure.
just check your account.
Mhm. Thank you so much.
Just check your account.
All right. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you for being attentive. Thank you for being on the video. Thank you, particularly Tavleen and Adil, for being on the video. For others, thank you for not being on the video. It was a good session, and we look forward to have more interactions, more such sessions. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much
Thank
everyone
Thank you so
for
much.
being
Bye.
there.
Thank you
you.
so much, everyone. So, Abhay,
Thank you,
I'll be sharing
Krishan.
it.
Thank you.
I-
Thank you, Krishan, for arranging this.
Thank you so much. So, guys, I'll be sharing a link with you. Please share your feedback with us, right? And that will help us to understand how we are going. If there are any improvement areas, anything, please let us know. We'll be happy to take your feedback,
Yes,
right?
yes,
And
that is a mandatory thing. So please fill the form, the link which is going to be shared by Krishan.
so
That
I
will
have shared
help
in the
us to
chat box.
improve
Yeah,
as
I have
being the
shared in the
trainers.
chat box. Yeah. So.
Okay, okay. Thank you,
Great.
everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you everyone. Bye bye.